Okay, so hey guys, so tonight I wanted to share my January, February, I was gonna say January, February favorites. Hey guys, so tonight I wanted to share with you my January favorites for 2016. I can't believe it is 2016. I hope everybody had a great new year and a great new start to the year. So I'm just going to jump right in and share with you my favorite products that I've been using this past month. I did get to try out a lot of new products, but I do have a couple of oldies but goodies in here as well. So I'm going to jump right off the bat with primers. Now I have two primers that I was using a lot this past month. For the first half of the month, I was using the Laura Mercier foundation primer for a while. I really, really like this. I wouldn't say it prolongs your makeup as much as the next one I'm going to talk about, but it's so super moisturizing and so like hydrating for dry skin that's why I really, really love it. It's probably like why I like it. It's like basically acts as like another moisturizer, but it's great. Like, and you barely need any of it because it's so moisturizing. So I like putting this over the Smashbox primer water, and then I put the Makeup Forever Nourishing Primer on my nose. I know I'm like kind of high maintenance when it comes to primer sometimes, but when I use this one, I just use the Smashbox with it. But yeah, really do love this. If you need something super moisturizing, I highly suggest this. And you get so much product in here for the price. This is like $34, and this is 1.7 fluid ounces. And look at the difference between the other one I'm going to talk about. And this one is, this is 1 fluid ounce, and this is like 20. This one's like 30 that I'm going to talk about. So you get a lot of product with Laura Mercier. I really do like her prices for that reason. And then the other one is an older one, but I've just been using it so much this past month. I think this is probably my favorite primer I own. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I honestly think you can't go wrong with this primer. I think everybody needs to try this. I think it's great for all skin types. Like I have noticed that people that I watch on YouTube that have oily skin love it, and I have dry skin and I love it too. So I just love it because it like automatically absorbs into the skin. It's so great when you're in a rush or something, like when I'm doing my work makeup and I don't want to spend too long priming my face. I just slap this on and it absorbs right into the skin, and also like it really prolongs the wear of your makeup. And I also noticed when I use this, my foundation looks so much better. Like, I love the Smashbox Primer Water, but sometimes for longevity, I really love this. And it makes your skin look so glowy when you use it. I just love it. It's a fantastic primer. Then for foundation, I only have one to mention because I haven't tried any new foundations. I mean, my holy grails are the Giorgio Armani and the YSL. I've just been rotating between those two the past month. But for the past 2 weeks, I've been really working this foundation into my routine, and I think this is my other favorite foundation that I own, and this is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I'm in the color Y225. I'm actually wearing it today. I really, really like this foundation because it's super natural looking. I just want to see if my highlight. Yeah, my skin looks pretty natural today, even though I piled on the concealer under my eyes, but other than that, I think my skin looks pretty natural with this foundation. That's why I like it. It's not as, luminous as the YSL or the Giorgio Armani. I kind of wasn't going for a glowy finish today. I was kind of going more for like a natural finish, but still like healthy looking, not super matte, and just like something that, this is probably my foundation that really looks like skin, because the Giorgio Armani and the YSL do too, but they're luminous, so it looks like you have a shine to your skin, but this is like the closest thing I can say that is like close to invisible. Like I said before, this achieved what the Born This Way didn't. This looks like you have nothing on your face, and that's why I really, really like it. It just looks like a really beautiful foundation. I really do love it. Is my highlight on fleek? Yeah, it is on fleek. Okay. It just looks more subtle than it usually does. But yeah, I love this foundation, and now we're going to talk about concealers. Again, I really like talking about things in the order that I put them on my face. So I have 3 concealers to mention. The first one is a Holy Grail. I'm wearing it today, and I realized how much I missed this. Obviously, this is the most popular concealer out there. I was going to say foundation. It's the most popular concealer out there. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the color Light Warm. They finally got my shade back in at Ulta. I did talk about this in a recent haul that I posted when from a MAC haul. I also posted a couple of things that I picked up from Ulta, and I missed this so much. It's still my favorite concealer ever. I think I still like this more than the Bare Minerals one. So I've just been rotating it back and forth with this other concealer I'm going to talk about, and this one is a drugstore concealer, and I already really, really like it. I've actually only tried it out a couple of times. I tried it out earlier today, and I tried it out like maybe once or twice before that, but this is really awesome. I mean, I didn't have to dwell on the Naked Skin concealer because, you know, that's my favorite one. But this is the NYX HD concealer in the color Fair. This is probably like the closest to my skin tone. When I actually wore it today, it made my face look so white. But I kind of like that because I'm so pale anyway, so it works for me, and I really like it with no makeup. Makeup looks, that's what I wore today earlier to the gym. But I actually got this because of Nicole Guerrero. She mentioned in a recent video that this is like one of her favorite, I think it was her 2015 favorites, that this is like one of her favorite drugstore concealers, and I finally tried. I mean, it's been on my wish list for a while, but her mentioning it in that video really wanted to really made me want to try it more because it like kind of reminded me, and I really like this a lot. It blends out beautifully. It literally just like dissolves into your skin. It just goes like and it's blended. Like this is like probably the easiest concealer to blend out like ever. I really like this a lot. So I'm gonna be testing it out a little bit more this month because I literally just picked it up like a few days ago, but I already really like it, so I had to mention it. So this is awesome. And then a oldie but goodie favorite is the MAC Prep and Prime in Radiant Rose. Since I ran out of my YSL Touche Éclat Radiant Touch Highlighter pen, I've been using this every day, and I just love it. I mean, I don't really have to say too much about it. This is freaking awesome. And then I have one finishing powder to talk about and a couple of eye primers, and then we can get into the fun stuff. So I tried this because of Jaclyn Hill. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Medium. It's the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium. She did mention this in her December favorites, maybe? Some type of favorites video, and she said that this is like her favorite thing to set her face with because the Laura Mercier powder is a little bit dry for dry skin. So I've been trying this out, and I really like it. It feels like weightless on the skin. It doesn't feel like you really have added any powder, and it doesn't really look like powder. I mean, I always put the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray to like suck up the powder on my face. Like after I set my face, and then after I'm done with all my makeup, I'll spray it again. But it just really helps to like suck up the powder on your face before you go in with eyeshadow and everything. But yeah, this is really great. It also has a really nice shade to it, and it's so like soft and finely milled, but it is very pigmented, and then it just blends out really nicely. Like if you put it on my hand, it's just going to blend out really easily, but it does have a little bit of a color to it. And I like it because I like bringing it down my neck as well because it helps me match my neck too. And I like that because I want something like super natural on my neck because I'm so fair, so I don't want to look like too dark. And this has been really helping, so I really like this a lot. So I have a bunch of MAC products to mention because MAC is still probably in my top 5 favorite brands. Like, I would probably have to say MAC is tied with NARS and Kat Von D for me. I probably would bump NARS down and tie MAC and Kat Von D just because I use MAC so much literally every day in my routine because I'm always using that Prep and Prime highlighter pen and the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. It's just like a brand that I use all the time. So I do have a few MAC products to mention. And then I have 2 eyeshadow primers. I have the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Eye Primer. This is still my go-to eye primer. I really do love this. It blends out so easily when you're putting it on your finger, and I just feel like it keeps your eyeshadows intact for such a long time. I'm wearing it today, and I just think it makes your eyeshadows always look great. So I love this. I've loved this for a while, and also I'm trying to use it up as well, so that's why I've been using it up. I've been using it a lot, but this other one I'm going to mention is the only other eyeshadow primer I've been wanting to try, but this I love. I've been using it for months and I love it. The other one that I got to try that I picked up a couple weeks ago is the MAC Prep and Prime 24-Hour Eye Extended Eye Base. I don't know why I can never say this right. But just give me 1 second. My boyfriend texted me. But the difference between the Smashbox and the MAC, I feel like this one isn't as good as the Smashbox one. Maybe I just have to test it out a little bit more. I don't know. Just like I had said before in my haul that Kathleen Lights said that this was her favorite eyeshadow primer ever because she said that it made her foiled eyeshadows stick to her lid. But I find even though I used this, I still feel like they transfer a lot. So I probably have to test it out a little bit more. I only tested out maybe like twice with the Makeup Geek foiled shadows. I am wearing one of them today on the lid. I'm wearing Showtime. This is one of my favorites because this one just stays intact because it's so red and like you don't really have to worry about it going anywhere. But I've only been wearing my eyeshadow for like 2 or 3 hours because I only went to the gym earlier today and then I went and saw my friends at like 8 o'clock and I got home like at 10:30. It's like 11:20 at night. I wasn't gonna film tonight, but I'm wearing something cute, so I like filming when I'm wearing something cute, and I like wearing something cute for my favorites videos. Like I'm always filming like in the same shirts, if you can see usually the shirts that I'm wearing, but for my favorites videos, I like shooting them after I've gone out and stuff like that. I was going to film Monday night my favorites video, but I felt like filming it today instead. So yeah, this is nice. It does blend out really, really nicely because I feel like this is probably easier to blend out the Smashbox. I just like the Smashbox a little bit more, but I'm going to test it out a little bit more this month and see if I like it. So now we're going to jump into eyeshadows. I have to mention one palette first before I dive into other eyeshadow palettes. The first one that I probably used the most this month, which really surprised me, is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Contour Palette. I could not stop using a couple of shades in this palette. This is such a great palette, honestly. It's not my all-time favorite because, you know, you can't take me away from my Too Faced palettes, but it's one of my favorites to use with most other looks. Like, I feel like I'm kind of pulling a couple of shades from this. But usually I'm always using my Makeup Geek shadows for other looks. If I don't have a transition shade, I'm always using Creme Brulee. But I used this a lot. As you can see, I have shown quite a bit of love to it this month. Especially the Cool Tone Gray Quad. I mean, I was wearing a lot of black this month. So that's why it might look like that, that I've used this a lot. But this matte white shade right here, I used the crap out of this shade, and this one is called Liberatus. This is like the most beautiful brightening eyeshadow you can use. If you want something just to like brush over your eye, just to give your eyes a little bit of life, this is beautiful. I mean, if you don't want something so white, you can go with like this yellow tone right here. I mean, not yellow tone, like a beigey tone. Like, this is a lot more neutral, but this is really pretty to make your eyeshadows pop when you're wearing color. I would use this as a base for colorful shadows, and I really liked how it looked. But yeah, I used a lot of this quad, and I used a few colors from this quad as well. Overall, this is a great palette. If you don't have it, you really should pick it up. But yeah, I was really feeling this quad this month. I kept on saying to myself I was going to go back to using Urban Decay shadows, but I just could not put this down when I was using black looks. Like, it was, when I was wearing black, I mean, I always like wearing gray tones and silver when I wear black, and I really could not put this down. I love this palette. And then I'm just going to mention a few Makeup Geek shadows really quickly. I know, but I've been so into the look that I'm wearing on my eyes today. I just could not stop wearing it this week. Like, I don't know, like, I just felt like I wanted to use a bunch of fall shades that I feel like I'm not going to be able to use once the season is over. But I could not put down some of my matte Makeup Geek shadows this week. I was just like, I don't know what it was. Like, I kept on doing the same look over and over again. Like, this look I wore today, you're going to see in my everyday makeup look video when I upload it next week, like 3 times, because I wore it every single time I went out. I don't know what it was. And I just have to say that my makeup actually looks really good on camera right now, because when I was doing my makeup, it was a struggle today. Like, this did not look like this when I first put my makeup on, but on camera it looks pretty damn good. Like, I fixed the overline in my lips and now I think it looks normal. Before, it did not look good. So anyway, as you can see, I've hit pan on Beaches and Cream again. Can you see that? Like, I can't believe I hit pan on it again. I haven't even used it as much as I did when I first got the replacement. I've actually been using like other transition shades, and also I have rearranged this palette. Like, I decided to rearrange the mattes to the shimmers rather than like having warm tones to newer shadows. Like, it was just weird the way it was rearranged before. So I rearranged it again, and I really like how it is now, but that's not the point of this. So I've just been using Beaches and Cream, Creme Brulee, Cocoa Bear, and Bitten like nonstop this week. I just could not get enough of them. And also, like, when I don't use those 4 shades, because those are probably my favorite Makeup Geek shades, are these 4 right here. Like, they're just so essential for me. And since I wasn't really using them, like the past few weeks because I was trying out other palettes, I just felt like I had to use these so much this week that I just ended up using them with every single outfit that I wore. I was just like, I need to use a warm tone brown red eye because I was just obsessed with the look this week. So this is probably my favorite look I've done, and it's like my go-to when I want to wear like neutral shades. It's like my go-to fall and winter look. I just love it. And then just a couple of foiled shadows. I'm just going to mention the one I'm wearing on my lid, and that one is Showtime. I love this color. I've mentioned it before. It's so pretty. And also Highwire I used a lot this month as well because I was using it a lot with the Shade and Light palette for, you know, silvery gray looks. I also love Grandstand, but as you can see, I hit pan on Starry Eyed here, so I'm very proud of myself. I'm probably going to mention these again when I talk about products I've used up. I'm going to mention all the eyeshadows I've hit pan on, because I've actually hit pan on 5 eyeshadows. I'm very happy about that. But yeah, I hit pan on it, and I'm very happy. It's probably going to take me a little while to get through it, though, because the foiled shadows are so pigmented, but I'm telling you, these 4 are all you need. Whimsical, Starry-Eyed, Magic Act, and In the Spotlight and Magic Act. I always screw up those 2, but yeah, beautiful. I did use my duochromes a lot. I would have to say probably the most disappointing shade is Secret Garden, but maybe I'll get into that at the end of the video. I know a lot of people love that one, but I prefer Typhoon over Secret Garden because Typhoon I think is gorgeous. But yeah, we'll get into that at the end. So next I want to mention these 2 quads from ColourPop. These are the 2 Where the Light Is and Where the Night Is collaborations from Kathleen Lights. I mean, you guys know I love this. I mean, I don't really have to mention it, but I got to use Kathleen Lights a couple times this month, and I hit pan on it. If you can see that, I hit pan. And it's still one of my favorite shades ever. I just love that color. So yeah, those are like my top 3 eyeshadows that I hit pan on is Starry Eyed, Beaches and Cream, and Kathleen Lights. But her new eyeshadow quad is so gorgeous. These colors are just amazing. Like, I swatched these in my haul that I did for like a Sephora haul, I think. It was like Sephora haul and more, like Sephora holiday haul. I didn't even know she was coming out with like another quad, and of course I had to order it because I love her. But these shades are friggin' gorgeous. The only one I haven't used yet is Telepathy because when am I going to use like a electric yellow gold eyeshadow? But I'm planning to use it soon, like maybe for Valentine's Day I might use like these 2 colors. But I used Porter yesterday because I've been switching up the lid color with this look. That's the only thing I've been changing. Like yesterday I wore Porter, and Tuesday, what color did I wear? I don't remember what color it was. It's going to be in my everyday lookbook. But then today I wore Showtime because that's usually the typical shade I wear with this. But I wore this yesterday and I loved it. And this shade is beautiful as well. I've used this with the Tartelette palette, which I'm going to mention in a minute. But I love that. And then I've used this one twice because I've used that with the Kathleen Light, with the Shade and Light palette. I decided to use this instead of Highwire, and I've used this twice like that. And I love how it looks because this has like a little bit more of like a goldy gray tone. I love it. It's so pretty. So yeah, I love those. I've been trying to use more of my ColourPop shadows this month, and I just love them. So I'm definitely going to use them more within the next month or so. And now we're going to mention not quite a few, actually just a few eyeshadow palettes. I didn't realize the other 2 here are blush palettes. I have to give a quick shout out to these eyeshadows. I know that people don't really love these. I don't even know if I mentioned these in my December favorites. I probably did, but then I just realized like how friggin' awesome these eyeshadows are. And I'm sorry if people don't like them, but I have to mention my Lime Crime Venus palettes. These are the most pigmented mattes that I own. And they're so beautiful. I was actually going to wear them today, but then I was like, no, I'm just going to wear Makeup Geek because I was feeling lazy. But this palette is one of my favorite palettes ever. Like, ever. Aura's like my all-time, one of my top favorite shadows. I just absolutely love it. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of it. But these are phenomenally pigmented and blend out so easily. I just think that they're amazing. So I love those. And then also the Venus 2 palette. I still have only used 3 shades from this. I really need to use more of them. I want to use more of these like colorful shades at some point, but Mustard, Mud, and Fly, absolutely gorgeous. They blend so beautifully. Like, I'm just telling you, you maybe need to try one because these are incredible quality. I really cannot see how a controversial company like this can make such quality eyeshadows and lipsticks. These are top notch for me. I don't know if other people feel the same way about the eyeshadows because I know a lot of people are iffy about the Velveteens, but can you tell me how you feel about the eyeshadow palettes? If you've tried them before you stopped buying from them, can you tell me if you liked these? Obviously the Venus one, because if you stopped buying, you're not going to get the Venus 2 because this just came out like on Black Friday. But please tell me if you like this or not. I would like to know. But yeah, these are phenomenal. I absolutely love them. I want to use them so much more this month. So, love those. And then, let's move a little bit more of these palettes out of the way. And then also, the 2 newer eyeshadow palettes I loved this month, obviously, is the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. I could not put this down. I have used this probably 10 times now. I love it. And that's a lot for me. But these are just gorgeous. I don't really have to go too in-depth with this because I freaking love it. These are so beautiful, so blendable, and yeah, I love them. I'm going to be doing a pretty big eyeshadow palette roundup video where I'm going to review all of the recent palettes that I have gotten and kind of like do like an updated palette video where like I show you all the recently acquired eyeshadow palettes I've gotten because I've done a full eyeshadow palette collection before, so you can just check out that video. I just feel like I have so much to talk about when I actually mention videos in my videos that I'm recording. I'm just like, go check out this one, go check out this one, and this is why you have to check out this one. Like, it's just so much information. It's just like, shut up, Caitlin. And I'm still rambling, but anyway, you can go check out my eyeshadow palette roundup video review because I'm going to go fully in depth with each eyeshadow palette and tell you my full thoughts, but I can say I freaking love this, and I love all the Chocolate Bar palettes. They just knock it out of the park with me, and they're so beautiful, so blendable, and so girly. I love it. So yeah, I really like don't have to mention too much about Too Faced. You guys know it's my favorite. I just love Too Faced so much. And then the other palette that really surprised me that I wasn't even intending on picking up, but I just thought it was so beautiful, and I'm like, okay, this is the last eyeshadow palette I'm going to pick up for a while, is the Tarte Tartelette in Bloom palette. This is such a pretty palette. Like, I was super impressed. And what's also very impressive, too, is I've actually used all of the shades in here. I know. And the packaging is gorgeous. We don't have to get into it, but I've actually used every single shade in here, and I have to say every shade is awesome. Like, the mattes blend out beautifully. They're super pigmented. They might have a little bit of kick up, like a lot of kick up when you're using it, but so pigmented that I don't really care because they're beautiful. Like, I don't have to go too much in depth. If you didn't like the Tartelette palette, pick up the Tartelette in Bloom. A lot of people are saying that this is better than the original. Some people love the original. Some people don't like this one. But most people are saying that this one is better than the original. I don't have the original because it didn't really interest me. And since I picked up the Shade and Light palette, and like I feel like it's always like a battle of the matte palettes, but the Shade and Light palette is awesome. I would have picked up the Natural Matte palette from Too Faced, but since I love the Natural Eyes, and you don't need both because there's so many repeats in there, the Shade and Light palette is awesome, but it might be a little bit too pigmented for some people, so pick up the Too Faced Natural Matte palette because I've heard that's a phenomenal palette. And then one more eyeshadow, and then we can talk about blushes. This is the Kat Von D Metal Crush Shadow in the shade Raw Power. I've only used it once, but I loved how it looked. These are so phenomenal with the pigmentation, but it is just so gorgeous. I'm really not going to swatch anything because I've swatched all of these things like in haul videos. But this is beautiful, so definitely try that out. I definitely want to get more use out of this. So sometimes favorite videos, it's like, oh, I really like it. I want to use it a lot more. But yeah, I definitely want to make it a point to use this a lot more this month. I haven't used them as much as I've wanted to. I've only used like some of them like twice. So yeah, now we're going to jump into some blushes. And I have two blush palettes to talk about and then just like one single blush because these are actually the only blushes I've picked up this past month. So I'm just going to mention the ones I picked up this past month, but they're all favorites for me. The first one obviously is the Urban Decay, the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani blush palette. I was so obsessed with this already, like for a week or so. I think like a week. I've had this for a week. Yeah, and I've been using it the whole week and I really love it. It's such a beautiful natural palette. I've used about 4 of the shades. I haven't used all of them, but I've used about 4 of them and I love them. This shade Lo-Fi is my favorite blush in here. It's so beautiful, so natural, but they're pigmented. I'm like, oh, okay, you're pigmented, but even though you claim you're going to be really natural, you're still pigmented. And I like actually mixing these together. I don't mix blushes too often, but since there's a lot of like shimmery blushes in here, but you can also double these as highlights. But I really like mixing Lo-Fi and Hush together, or Angel and OC. Really, really beautiful palette. I picked this over the Gwen Stefani eyeshadow palette. I think I mentioned it in my last favorites anyway. This is better. This is better actually. The quality of these are just so much more buttery than the actual eyeshadows. It's weird. I'm like, why didn't they just put the same formula into the eyeshadows as they did these? Because these remind me of like the Afterglow formula. Because I love those blushes. Those are awesome. Like in my top 5. But these remind me of like the same butteriness and effortlessness when it comes to blending out rather than the eyeshadows. The eyeshadows are good, but they're stiff, which is weird because usually Urban Decay is like very buttery. And then Angel and Hush are great natural highlights. So yeah, I love that. And then the other blush palette I'm going to mention is the MAC Contour and Sculpt Yourself palette. I already love this. I'm already in love with this, and I've used 4 of the shades already. Like, because this is like a multifunctional palette, that I've used this a lot. My favorite thing in here actually is the contour powder. I used it today, and I feel like it is the most amazing contouring powder to really pick up the shadows of your contour. I feel like the other contour powders I use don't do that as much. I mean, I love this Marc Jacobs Instamark Dreamer filter. I mean, I'm just going to mention it really quick. This is still my all-time favorite, and I've been using the crap out of this month because I've been trying to use it up or like hit pan on this side, and I've put a pretty substantial dent on this side, but this is phenomenal. This is the Dreamer filter for fair skin. Phenomenal. Still the best contouring powders out on the market. You need to try this if you haven't. And you get so much product for the price. This is $49, but look, I'm never going to go through this. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm hoping to go through this by the end of the year. Like, this is amazing. It's such a good investment because it lasts like a year and a half. Like, come on. This is awesome. I prefer this so much more over the eyeshadow palette. This is amazing. But anyway, excuse me, this blush palette, phenomenal. The contour powder is called Sculpt. So beautiful. The packaging is so heavy on this, but yeah, I ordered this off of Mac.com. It's such an incredible value. This is $65 or $60, and they said this is a value of $112, and you would have to buy this palette too, or unless they give it to you for free, I'm not sure. But these are refillable, and you're basically getting like 3 powders for free because each one is like $25 each. I was like, oh my god, that's a friggin' phenomenal value, and it has so much stuff in here that I've been wanting to try forever. Like, these 2 blushes right here, Peaches and Fleur Power, like, come on. These are like, Peaches like the most popular MAC blush. I'm like, hello, of course I want to try that. And then this as well. That's why I didn't pick up any individual blushes from MAC except for that Spellbinder one, which I haven't used yet, but I'm intending to. I actually used Becca's Wild Honey today. It looks really natural on camera right now, but I did put a lot on, but it just looks really natural right now. I was thinking about putting on some more before I shot this video. Let me just see how it actually looks like in a mirror or something. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, I can see it. I think it looks really natural right now. That's why I didn't change it. I like how natural it looks as compared to like a warm eye. But whatever, I need to stop going on a tangent. But yeah, I was so happy to get these, and I've been wanting to try Floor Power forever too. And then there's another blush. I actually made a mistake in my haul video. I called this a hot, well, actually this one. This is Sunbask, which I already own and I love. But this Trace Gold is actually a blush, but I put it with the colors down here because whatever. I couldn't fit it up here with the other blushes, but you get 4 blushes. Like, come on, it's such a great value. And then you get a highlighting powder and a contour powder. This is Emphasize. I've been wanting to try this so long since Jaclyn Hill uses this so much in every single video. This is all she uses under her eyes. I like it, but I think I still prefer my Laura Mercier powder a little bit more, but I like this because it's a little bit more subtle. Like, you don't think that you really did anything, but you kind of did. And it's nice. It's really nice, but I think I still prefer the Secret Brightening Powder, but I really, really like this a lot. But yeah, this is a blush, not a highlight. This is Trace Gold. Really, really beautiful. So yeah, I've used like Peaches and Trace Gold and Emphasize and the contouring powder, obviously. I used the contour powder today. I love it. It's so pretty. And then the other blush I want to mention is just a NARS single blush. This is Lovejoy. I wanted to pick up another like matte natural shade from them. This is so beautiful. I mean, it's not matte. It has shimmer in it. I'm telling you, if you're hesitant to try the NARS blushes, try them because there is no glitter that goes on your face. It's just a beautiful, glowy blush that makes you look amazing. NARS blushes are my top formula next to Becca and MAC. I just absolutely love them. They're phenomenal. So yeah, I've used this quite a bit this month and also Madly, I mean. But I wanted to mention this one because this has been one of my go-tos as well. It's so beautiful. Now let's talk about a couple highlighters. I only have like 4 highlighters to show you. A couple are new and 2 are just classics. I'm just going to mention the ones that are classics. I mean, come on, Opal and Champagne Pop. I've been using Champagne Pop so much this week because I've been wearing this look so much that I just love wearing this with it. I'm trying to hit pan in the middle. I see that I've been like making a significant dent, but this is just so gorgeous. I feel like everybody needs to own this, and I am so happy Becca decided to make this permanent. So happy. I'm like, this needed to be permanent. I feel like so many people were kind of dying that they were going to discontinue it because obviously it was limited edition. So many people were like, can you please keep it permanent? I love this. I can't live without it. It's phenomenal, like a perfect highlight shade. I'm so happy they did that. I was intending on picking up a backup of it when I picked up this highlight, which is Pearl, which I used so much this month as well. I used this so much for the holidays and stuff like that. It's just so gorgeous. I love it. But I had to pick up this as opposed to Champagne Pop because they had just come out with this and so many people were waiting for them to release this. These are so beautiful. I forgot that I didn't grab Opal, but I love Opal too. You guys know how much I love it. But yeah, Becca Shaving Cream Perfectors are where it's at for highlighters. They're just absolutely freaking gorgeous. My highlight's not as on fleek as I would like it to be, and neither is my blush, but I don't really care anymore. And then another a recent one that I got was the Too Faced Candlelight Glow in, what is this one called? In Rosy Glow. I always call it Pink Glow, like the Bobbi Brown one, which I also love. This is beautiful. It's so natural looking and doesn't sit on the skin. Like, I don't know, just like the Too Faced ones are so glowy and beautiful. And I can't believe that this was sold out of Sephora and Ulta when I wanted to get it. I had to get it online. I'm like, okay, I guess a lot of people love it. But I think they also sold out of it because they were repackaging it as well. This is so gorgeous. I fell in love with the highlighter in the Too Faced eyeshadow holiday palette. In the Too Faced holiday palette from Sephora. That I was like, I need to try a full size. And I picked up this one. I love it so much. I just love everything Too Faced does. I mean, come on. I mean, not everything, but mostly everything. Their highlight, I hope they come out with different highlighters soon because their highlights are awesome. So I love that. And then another oldie but goodie that I used a couple times this month. I think this is so gorgeous. Is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Soft and Gentle. It is so beautiful on the skin. Like, I just want to, like, slather it all over my face. I'm probably going to use it tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. But it's just gorgeous. Like, so gorgeous. This is probably the only thing I want to swatch. It's, like, friggin' phenomenal. Like, that's what it looks like. And then I'm just going to swatch it right here. Oh, it's so pretty. Right? That is so pretty. Let's just swatch the Too Faced one. I forgot to mention some mascaras before I jump into lips, so we're just going to jump into some mascaras after this because I kind of have to mention them. And then this is the Too Faced one, right? That's the Too Faced one on the top. They're so friggin' gorgeous. These are definitely my 2 favorite highlighters from this month. Like, friggin' beautiful. I love them. They're so pretty. Okay, now let's jump into some mascaras. I can't believe I forgot to mention the mascaras that I'm going to mention. The first thing is a lash primer. This is the Lancome Cils Booster XL primer. I fell in love with this from the Lancome 500 Point Perk that I got from Sephora. And I really don't purchase anything from Lancome. I don't know. They just don't interest me for some reason. But this blew me out of the water. I just love it. It was just, I've been using this so much over the Stila Lash Primer. I want to kind of return that. Even though I said I loved it, excuse me, when I first got it, and I used it for like months, this is so much better. Like, I highly recommend this. This is freaking awesome, and it's huge. And I got this at Ulta because they're carrying a couple of things in my Ulta now from Lancome because they didn't used to carry it before. I wish they carried Becca, though, because I, like, shattered my Becca Skimmering. Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone, like the liquid version. I'm so sad because I bought it at Ulta and I can't return it because they don't carry it in my store. And then another mascara that I wasn't really surprised that I fell in love with. I've been using this all week, and this is probably one of my all-time favorite mascaras. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I tried this out because of Young, Wild, and Polished and Amy Macedo. They always freaking rave about this. So this gives your lashes so much length, so much volume. They look like you're wearing falsies, and I freaking love it. I'm wearing it today. I cannot put it down. It's amazing. And then the other one, really quickly, I just got this to be a backup. But you guys know I already love this. This is the MAC Extended Playcake Black Lash. Best bottom lash mascara ever. Seriously, it's hyped up for a reason. Even one of my other YouTubers who said, oh my god, this was hyped up so much, I was so hesitant to try it. She loves it too. So yeah, best mascara ever for the bottom lashes. And then 2 sample mascaras that I've been really digging. Like I said, the Lancome kit, it's really awesome. This is the Lancome Excessive Black Noir Mascara. This really gives you a lot of like separation and length. Well, more like length and volume. The L'Oreal like really separates your lashes, like the L'Oreal Carbon Black. This one gives a lot more, it gives length. And then this one is the Smashbox Full Exposure. It makes your lashes look really full and pretty. I really like this as well. This is another sample size I've been using. But I had to pick up a new full-size mascara because I'm like, feel like the Dior and Stila might be dried out really soon. So I had to pick up this one. I love it. Now let's just get into a few lip products. Not too many, but enough to mention. I have to say, before I talk about anything else, these were my favorite lipsticks this month. MAC, again, blew it out of the water for me. I've never tried their Cream Sheen lipsticks before. I don't know what I was missing. The MAC Cream Sheen lipsticks in the shade Pillow Talk and then in the shade Among the Fireflies. These are so gorgeous. I've only owned these for like 2 weeks and I've only worn them twice. But they're already like in my top favorites for lipsticks. They're beautiful. This one is Pillow Talk right here. A gorgeous nude shade. Might as well swatch it. Looks like that. So gorgeous. So beautiful. I love it. And then this one is Among the Fireflies, which is like this really gorgeous like medium brown, but it has like kind of like a hint of like purple reflex in it. It's just so pretty when it catches the light, but it doesn't look cheesy like you're wearing a disco ball on your lips. You're probably not going to see it on my hands. It's so pretty though. It's like this mauvey brown. I love it. Love these. They're so freaking beautiful. I love MAC lipsticks. I can't get enough of them. They're gorgeous. Then just a couple from ColourPop. I'm just going to mention the Kathleen Lights ones. These are the Kathleen Lights collaboration lipsticks that she did with ColourPop. The 2 lippy pencils in Aquarius and Taurus. Aquarius was like one of my go-to lip liners this month. This is so freaking pretty. That's what it looks like right there. It is such a gorgeous nude. And it's so super creamy. I love this one. It's probably like one of the most hydrating ones that they have. And then Taurus, which is the other one. Hopefully I can swatch this too. Really, really gorgeous. And these ones are also scented. I really like the scent of them. But this one's a lot deeper. So pretty because, you know, her husband. And then I also have the 2 lippy sticks from her, Aquarius and Taurus. Aquarius, this is so gorgeous. So freaking gorgeous. Again, I've been really into like creamy sheen lipsticks this month because it like kind of reminds me of MAC's. This actually looks very similar to, it kind of looks like Pillow Talk and Among the Fireflies like mixed together. It's a little bit more pinky. It's so pretty. And this one is a cream finish as well. I've been really into cream lipsticks this month more so than matte. I mean, I'm wearing the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Tulle. I still love this one. It's just a little bit dry right now, but I love this. It is breaking apart a little bit while I'm talking, but whatever. And this one is Taurus. So beautiful. I've actually only worn this one once because it's just a little bit dark to wear it to work. I tried to wear it to work and I'm like, oh my god, that's so dark. That happens to me like every single time I wear ColourPop lipsticks. But I want to wear this a lot more often this month. But Aquarius is gorgeous for work. And then also ColourPop's Chilly Chilly I've been wearing a lot this month too. It's so pretty. Like so pretty. It's kind of very similar to Kat Von D's Lolita. Really gorgeous shade. I just felt like swatching all of the lip products I'm talking about. That's Chilly Chilly. So pretty, right? And this is the newer formula. Trust me, try the newer formula. You won't regret it. It's gorgeous. So that's it for ColourPop. Then 2 from Chocolate, 2 from Too Faced, the Too Faced Melted Chocolate Lipsticks. These are so pretty and so nice on the lips. The only thing I can say is that they do get to be a little bit drying after a couple of hours. But they still last really beautifully and they feel so creamy. Like, again, this is like probably one of the most unique formulas of lipstick out there. They feel so jelly-like and creamy. They're so beautiful. This one is Chocolate Milkshake and this one is Chocolate Honey. Really, really gorgeous. I didn't mention these. I don't know if I mentioned these in my favorites or not, but they have like such a unique consistency to them. I love them. This one is Melted Chocolate Honey. And then this one is, Melted Chocolate Milkshake. And then this one is Chocolate Honey, my bad. And then Chocolate Honey right there. And then just 2 from Lime Crime. The first one is Lime Crime's Velveteen and Buffy. This was in the limited edition Black Friday trio. So beautiful. This is so similar to Kat Von D's Bow and Arrow. I'm telling you, this is like a straight up dupe for it. If you can't find Bow and Arrow, I highly suggest grabbing this. I know, again, people don't like Lime Crime that much. This one might be a little bit streaky. Bow and Arrow I found isn't really streaky at all. This one is a tad bit streaky, but once it dries, it's beautiful. This one is Lime Crime's Buffy right there. So pretty. And then Lime Crime's Eraser Unicorn Lipstick. Really gorgeous. Again, I said that the lipsticks from Lime Crime, like their updated formula, are phenomenal. Like probably in my top 3 favorite formulas next to MAC and NARS is the Lime Crime Unicorn Lipsticks. I'm telling you, these newer formulas are beautiful. They're not as waxy as the older ones. I mean, I like those, but these are super creamy and beautiful. And then just a couple from Makeup Monsters. I can't say lips without mentioning these. These are the 3 shades I was really digging this month. Redwood, you guys already know I freaking love. This is my all-time favorite deep red color. It's so beautiful. I was actually thinking about wearing it today, but I decided to go with ColourPop's Tulle instead because I didn't want to wear something super red. This is phenomenal. I love these lipsticks. And then, of course, I had to mention Terracotta and Cornucopia. I wore the crap out of these this month. Like, these were probably my 2 most worn lipsticks. It's just like so hard for me to wear some lipsticks, but I definitely wore these a lot. They're gorgeous. Let's just swatch Terracotta really quickly. Do I have any more lippies? Just one more lipstick, and then we'll just talk about a couple of dislikes. This is always like 2... my favorites videos are always like 45 minutes long. This one is terracotta, and then this one is cornucopia. Like, don't they just scream fall to you? They're friggin' beautiful. And then just Kathleen Light's Ofra liquid lipstick in the shade Havana Nights. I haven't tried Miami Fever yet because I just feel like it's so summery for the time of year, even though I say that when I've worn pumpkin like a million times, maybe like 3 or 4 times, but that one is a lot more orange than pumpkin. Like, Miami Fever is a lot more orange, but this is so gorgeous. Like, it's really, really pretty. It kind of looks like a liquid lipstick. Like, it looks like a finish of a lipstick in a liquid lipstick form. You know what I mean? It's not like super matte like the ultra matte lips are. This looks like a lipstick on you. Like, it's not completely matte, but it's matte enough that it'll stay put. It's really pretty. I really like it. It doesn't last as long as the Makeup Monsters one, but this is really pretty. This might be my favorite one next to the Stila Fiery, but this one is definitely better than the ColourPop Avenue. That one's like probably my least favorite, but this is really, really pretty. And then there's the Bite Beauty lip primer that I got in that holiday set. This is probably like one of the only things I've tried from it. I haven't tried the lipsticks yet. I know I'm going to try them over the weekend. I just have so many lipsticks. It's like ridiculous. That's why I'm on a no buy for lipsticks right now. But this is really, really nice. I really, really like it. I've been using this over the Urban Decay one. I've just been trying to use it a lot. And then just 2 skincare favorites really quickly. The first one is the Sephora Makeup Remover. I picked this up a little bit ago, and I really like it. This is not as irritating as the Ulta one is. It's more of an oil-based one. This is the Sephora Waterproof Eye Makeup Remover. It is a little bit separated right now, but I have been using it a lot, as you can see. And I'm probably going to have to go pick up a new one soon. I'm probably going to go through it like really fast because you have to, the only thing I don't like about it is the packaging because you have to like squeeze it out. I like when you can just dip your brush in rather than it being like a small little tube. I don't like that. I like when you can dip your Q-tip in. I said brush. I meant to say Q-tip, like to clean up your under eye and stuff like that. I don't like how it's like that. And then the other one is the Lush Cup of Coffee face mask. This is awesome. I'm so happy I decided to pick up a longer lasting mask from Lush rather than picking up the ones that only last 3 weeks. I feel like this is such a better investment. And this is going to last me 5 months as opposed to the other face masks that are only $6. I think this was only $15 and this is going to last me from December to April. So I still have a good 2.5 months to get out of this, so I think I'm going to use it up, and I'm going to use it tonight as well. I forgot I want to use it tonight. I wanted to use it last night, but then I kind of just didn't have time. I am so sorry for that malfunction. I don't know what happened. I'm probably just going to cut out when I cursed. I was cursing. I was like, what the happened? But yeah, I'm going to cut that out just to, because literally I was on my last favorite and it just turned off. And then it wouldn't turn back on for like a minute. I was so scared. But I can just cut off that part of where it cut off. But yeah, I'm very sorry about that. The last thing I want to mention is the Marc Jacobs Mode Noir fragrance. Smells so good. I'm so happy I got to pick this up. I got this with a bunch of gift cards from Sephora. It smells so good. I find that this is probably the most long-lasting one opposed to the Daisy Dream and the Honey. I'm actually wearing Daisy Dream today. I did put this on, I think, before I went out tonight, and this is really, really nice. So definitely highly recommend this. And then just one dislike I have to mention is this. I was so sad about this. I saw that Young, Wild, and Polished loved this color, and this came in the, wait, did I mention this in my last December favorites video? Maybe I did. Anyway, I still don't like it. I haven't worn it. It just like flaked off. I think I did mention that. So yeah, really didn't have that many dislikes this month. Pretty much I like talking about my favorites in my favorites video. And then this is what I wore today. I just wore my plaid dress with this really cute necklace. I love this necklace. But yeah, I love this dress. It's from BCBG. And that's it. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at CBW819. My Twitter's PokerFace819. And please follow me on Snapchat. I keep on forgetting to mention my Snapchat on here. I'm pretty sure it's PokerFace819. I did try and mention it in my MAC haul. So yeah, I do actually have a couple of, like, 2 followers from here. I know that's really sad, but I did have one person that comments on my videos all the time. Her name is Sarah. She's so nice, and now she follows me on Snapchat and watches my snaps. So I think that was really cute. My Snapchat is pokerface819. So yeah, follow me on there if you want to see my daily shenanigans of life. But yeah, that's it. Bye.